Hello everybody, Honda nerds, Yamaha chads, and Suzuki stans, welcome to the video. There may be some Kawasaki Kyles in the audience today as well, but unfortunately the Kawasaki Z650 sucks, so there will not be Kawasaki representation in today's video. Today we are doing a head-to-head comparison of middleweight cross-plane kings, the Yamaha MT07, the new Honda Hornet 750, and the also new Suzuki GSX-8S. Let's get into it. The Yamaha MT07 is a super popular upright naked motorcycle made by Yamaha. It was first introduced in 2014 and has been a popular choice for two-wheeled degenerates with an appetite for silliness ever since. This bike offers a good balance between performance and practicality, making it suitable for somewhat mature beginners but exciting enough to hold on to a while and have some fun. The MT07 features the liquid-cooled 689cc parallel twin engine with a cross-plane crank that produces 75 horsepower and 50 foot-pounds of torque. Yamaha's cross-plane engine design holds a lot of acclaim as revitalizing the parallel twin engine with an uneven firing order that gives the engine a lot more auditory character than a classic 180-degree parallel twin. The motorcycle is a 6-speed gearbox and has a smooth, linear power delivery that is a lot more practical for everyday use around town than a peaky 4-cylinder 600cc sport bike. The MT07 is really quite practical for daily use in ways other than the power delivery. The upright ergonomics are about as agreeable as you'll find on a motorcycle. The Yamaha MT07 has somewhat polarizing looks. Some people dig the cyberpunk insect look that screams the dark side of Japan, while others do not. Honestly, if you're buying a naked bike, I feel like these styling cues just come with the territory. It has an average seat height of just 31.7 inches, making it pretty accessible for most riders. Although it is a bit easier to flat foot this bike in proper riding boots as opposed to sneakers. Just a free piece of advice for the MT07 goobers who are gunning to make the MT platform the next squid missile of choice once all the remaining secondhand GSXR are obliterated from existence. The bike is also lightweight, weighing just 408 pounds with a full tank of fuel, making it easy to maneuver. The MT07 offers a comfortable and confidence-inspiring riding experience thanks to its well-balanced chassis and suspension setup. The bike has 41mm upside-down forks in the front and a link-type rear suspension that offer excellent handling and stability. The bike also comes equipped with a dual-channel ABS system, which provides added safety and peace of mind when braking in wet or slippery conditions. One of the standout features of the latest MT07 update is its instrumentation and control system. The bike now comes with a 5-inch TFT dash, which makes this bike feel a little more put together than previous model years that were still rocking the 8-bit LCD dash. The MT07 is also designed with versatility in mind and is suitable for a variety of riding styles. Whether you want to commute or hit the twisties or bust some wheelies, this bike will work in most situations while being better at some things than others. The Yamaha MT07 is well supported with mods and support. Yamaha sells accessories like tour luggage and crash protection, while a bunch of other companies sell parts for performance upgrades such as exhaust systems, air filters, and tuners. Overall, the Yamaha MT07 is a fantastic motorcycle that offers a great balance between performance and practicality. It is easy to ride, versatile, and well-built, making it an excellent choice for anyone looking for a smaller naked bike. The current 2023 model year has an MSRP of $8,200, which is really a bargain for how much motorcycle you get, especially considering the recent updates. But there are also plenty of second-hand MT07 for sale for pretty damn cheap. In a circumstance that feels almost antithetical to Honda's historical track record of building motorcycles that are adopted by the rest of the big four, they are currently playing catch-up in the middleweight naked bike segment. Clearly gunning for a piece of the MT07 pie, Honda is on the cusp of releasing the new 2023 Honda Hornet 750. Making a motorcycle meant to satisfy the average budget-conscious naked bike lover who previously had little to think about and few motorcycles to cross-shop will not be an easy feat considering the choice of the MT07 was typically an uncontested decision. Sans for the occasional bargain bin SV650 that could be found for pennies on the dollar on Facebook Marketplace. And Honda isn't just dealing with the preconceived expectations that riders have towards the MT07, but the pedigree of two of Honda's own motorcycles in with the Hornet 750 owes its namesake, the CB750 and the 919 Hornet. Each bike has a storied history with the CB750 changing every single motorcyclist's expectations for a modern motorcycle in the 70s, creating the archetype for the universal Japanese motorcycles and consequently bankrupting nearly every non-Japanese manufacturer in the process. And then the 919 Hornet carried the torch for the modern UJM-inspired 4-cylinder roadster in the mid-2000s. Well, it seems that now this 270-degree parallel twin naked bike is quickly becoming the new UJM, this time with Yamaha setting the stage and Honda and Suzuki in second. So let's see if the new Honda Hornet 750 can hold a candle to the venerable MT07. The Honda Hornet 750 has newly designed 755cc parallel twin engine with a 270-degree cross-plane design, a characteristic that Yamaha has made ubiquitous with the parallel twin naked bike category. This engine is slated to make 90 horsepower and 53 foot-pounds of torque, which is a little more substantial than the MT07 in complete honesty. The 755cc engine is designed to rev quite high compared to the sleepy parallel twins Honda has made before, making its peak power at around 9,500 RPM. The Hornet is about 20 pounds heavier than the MT07, coming in at 419 pounds. I think Honda did some savvy engineering to shave an extra pound off the curb weight, because tipping the scales at a nice and even 420 pounds would likely offend Honda's nerdier clientele. The Hornet has preload adjustable Showa suspension in both the front and the rear, while Yamaha's KYB rear monoshock does offer both adjustability. The Honda Hornet does come with some contemporary tech with multiple ride modes, a TFT display, ABS, and traction control. Honda claims that the Hornet will have a few different accessory packs with options like a quick shifter, a windscreen, or touring luggage. But right at its debut, the Hornet will not have the same amount of aftermarket options as the MT07 does, given its almost 10-year head start. As far as I can tell, the MSRP for North America has not been confirmed by Honda yet, but it is speculated to hover right around $8,000, putting it neck and neck with the MT07. And lastly, Suzuki is bringing to the middleweight naked table the GSX-8S. This is a new motorcycle from Suzuki. They even have a video on the GSX-8S product page. I can only imagine how much they had to spend on Fiverr to have someone put that together for them, because I'm fairly certain, based on their design track record, Suzuki's brand and marketing department doesn't know how to use a video camera. But I digress, the GSX-8S is Suzuki's take at the MT07. It is new for the 2023 model year, so let's check it out. Will it be a derivative knockoff, or Suzuki's saving grace from falling into obscurity? While the decision will ultimately be left to the cold blade of free market capitalism, we can at least determine if it has the potential to be worth your hard-earned trust fund money. At the heart of the GSX-8S is a 776cc 270-degree cross-plane parallel twin engine. As the 650 inches closer and closer to the dark abyss of manufacturing oblivion, Suzuki instead opted for a parallel twin design in the GSX-8s. Parallel twins are cheaper to produce and are typically more efficient engines, and with the 270 firing order, they are often able to emulate the sound and torque delivery of a V-twin engine. And everyone else is doing a 270-degree parallel twin, so screw it, right? Suzuki just wants to give people what they want, unless what the people want is a fuel-injected DRZ 400. The GSX-8S splits the difference on power between the MT07 and the Hornet 750 by making 82 horsepower and has the highest torque figures at 57.5 footballs thanks to using the largest engine. The longer stroke in the 776cc engine from Suzuki compared to the shorter stroke in the 755cc Hornet engine sacrifices a few ponies at the top end but delivers power earlier in the rev range. The GSX-8S has the same tech features that are required to come standard now, like rider modes, TC, ABS, you get the picture by now. But as an added bonus, Suzuki has implanted a bidirectional quick shifter from the factory as a little treat. This motorcycle has KYB suspension with an adjustable monoshock in the rear. It has dual disc brakes the same as the Hornet. One of the glaring faults of the GSX-8s is its 445-pound curb weight, which is over 25 pounds heavier than the Honda and 40 pounds heavier than the Mount. As far as style goes, this is obviously dependent on personal preference, but the GSX-8s is pretty on par with both the Hornet and the MT07. Although the Hornet and GSX-8s are a little bit sharper and more aggressive and more KTM-like. I've said a few times now, but these bikes are quickly becoming the new standard UJM style, so it is kind of expected that they share a lot of the same design cues. I do think the MT is the most unique looking compared to the others, and to the layperson, the Hornet and GSX-8S would be nearly indistinguishable. But the Hornet has the biggest and ugliest exhaust, but overall looks a bit cleaner than the MT07 due to the extra body work. The MT07 and GSX-8s both have smaller exhaust mufflers that look a little bit more refined and aftermarket. The GSX-8s does have an MSRP that is noticeably higher higher than the MT and where the Hornet is estimated to live at, with the Suzuki coming in at $8,849. It's like Suzuki took an opposite approach this time. In the past, they have been more budget conscious with less frills, whereas the GSX-8S is pretty well equipped and priced higher than the competition. We need a bit more time to see how the Hornet and the GSX-8S are received, and I'd love the opportunity to be able to ride both and get the organic experience. But for now, they both seem relatively promising entries to the category. Would I advise someone to buy a brand new GSX-8 for $9,000 instead of a few years old MT07 for $5,000? Yeah, probably not, but I'm excited to see how things shake out once all three bikes are out in the world together. Thanks for making it all the way to the end. Be sure to subscribe if you like these head-to-head comparisons. We've got a few more in the pipeline so we can show once and for all that Yamaha always wins and Hondas are for nerds. Fact. Thinking in a different language leads to better decision making, according to a study published in Psychological Science. Using a non-native language, no matter what it is, requires you to be deliberate in your words and less reactive to emotionally charged words, giving you a more accurate ability to perceive risk. Goodbye. Well, look at you. You've made it to the end of another Yami Noob video. You should consider yourself pretty lucky because I have curated this one right over here for you to continue watching. It's probably just as good as the one you just saw. Unless you hated the one you just saw. I don't know, maybe leave me a comment down below about how much you hated it as well too. Or just keep watching this one. Make sure you keep watching Yami Noob. Don't forget to keep watching Yami Noob. That's the most important thing. Keep watching Yami Noob.